Okay, so we are literally about to leave for Comic-Con in a few hours, and I'm still working on the helmet, but I thought I'd give you an update of what's going on. Right now, the helmet's obviously fully painted and ready for additional stuff. I added fans to the bottom. These are the computer fans. Here's the circuit. It connects to two 9-volt batteries, which are going to be situated in here. And here's the single switch to turn it on and off, which I haven't figured out exactly where to put it. In the previous helmet, it was sitting right here, but I tend to hit it if I move my head too much, so I'm kind of figuring out where to put it right now. Let's see, I've also got this brand new helmet liner, so it looks pretty. See, looks fancy, legit. Let me see what else. And right now I'm installing the visor, and I thought I would go over that since a lot of people ask about the visor. So what I'm going to do right now is cut the visor to fit in here, which, let me go get it. Here it is. Here's my brand new motorcycle visor. I try to keep it in the plastic as much as possible so I don't scratch it. So basically what I did was just stick it in here. I'm just lucky that this particular visor fits almost perfectly, so I don't have to worry too much about it. There we go. See? So I'm just making sure it fits properly. I'm going to cut down the inside so there's more room for my head, and then I'm going to mount screws. So I got these screw posts in here with screws and washers, and then they're going to be embedded in, here it is, this repair putty that I'm going to put inside. The first thing I'm going to do is cut down the helmet. And then I can drill some holes. So, let me just put down the helmet for a bit. I'm going to put this over here. Alright, so, this is pretty easy. These helmets are made of like polycarbonate, so they don't shatter or they don't shatter or crack or anything. They actually just kind of melt when you cut into them. So I measured it out already, so I just need to cut along this line and get rid of these little tabs that jab into me. So this is actually pretty easy. Always wear eye protection. Still one piece. Go. So I've sawed through it. There's a lot of dust here, but it's pretty simple. Ta-da! So I'm going to cut the other half and we'll mount it. And my girlfriend's going to run me over. Okay, so as you can tell by the car behind me, my girlfriend pulled up and I kind of had to move and not get run over. So anyhow, I trimmed off the other piece, so you can see the visor is much shorter now, but you can see it's very rough. So I'm going to just sand it. So this way I don't scratch or cut my face when I put the helmet on. Pretty basic, but I'm sure you want to see. Most people are afraid to work with these visors, so at least I'm going to show you it can be done and it's pretty easy. Yeah, also be careful when you're holding this, you don't want the thing to kind of go off the rails, so hold it steady. There. Alright, so nice and smooth, so when I stick it on me, yeah, see, no scratches. Alright, okay, so next I have to mount the little posts. Where'd the helmet go? There it is. Okay, so at this point I'm going to put the plastic back on it so I don't, trying not to damage this as much as I can. So, ideally I don't take it out of the wrap until I'm ready to stick it in the helmet, so there we go. Okay, there we go, see? Nice and integrated. So now I need to figure out where exactly to put the posts. So I basically been looking inside the helmet. I know we can't exactly get the camera very easily in here, so I'm just going to hold it. So I need to keep the visor flush against this, so I'm thinking I'm going to need to put a screw post right here at the corner, another one at the corner, and just one at the top to keep pressure here in the center. I'm considering putting one here in the bottom to hold it right here against the chin piece as well, but the visor does not seem to be actually extremely low, so there might not actually be enough room for this, so I'm just going to have to see, basically. So I'm going to stick this in and see what I get in a bit. Alright, so yes, here we go, as they say. Alright. I picked a couple of different, I'll show it to you, the screw posts here. There you go. So this is the screw post I'm talking about. Here you go. I also got another one of a different length. The idea is I'm going to embed this in the helmet with the epoxy putty, and then I'm going to have these screws which attach to the visor. So basically it gives a spot to screw the visor into. Okay. So let me see here. Yep. I'm actually wondering if these screw posts are too tall. I might have actually gotten
I'll probably be heading that way by the week.
Okay, there we go. Here. So hard to tell, but I basically stuck one in here, and because I know the visor's flush here, I can just look and see, is the screw post sticking out? The answer is no, so this is a good post, or place to put the post. So I'm going to stick it in here and put in some epoxy probably, and some other things to harden it to keep in spot. And then once it's in there, I'm going to stick the helmet in, mark off where that is, where it touches the helmet, drill a hole, and then use that to basically mount the helmet. So, just give me a moment here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get to work on that, and be back in a moment. Okay, so now I figured out where I want to put the little posts. I'm going to mix up my putty and stick it in there. So let me just get that started. Here is my stick of epoxy putty, which as you can see I've already used in the past. This stuff is actually pretty easy to use. Just cut, there you go, and mix. Though this seems a little old, so I'm just going to get some more from this side. There we go. Much fresher. Okay. Yeah, this one's kind of sitting. So I'm just going to mash it around a little with my hand. That's how you mix it. Let me get my helmet. Oh, this glue gun's actually on. I didn't even notice. Ooh, that would have hurt. Okay. So, get out of the way. Okay. So, got the screw post, got my epoxy putty. I've sanded the area that it's in to rough it up so it has something to adhere to. Okay. All I do is embed the post in the epoxy, kind of like as if you were messing with Play-Doh. See? Just get it nice and wrapped up, see? And I just stick it in here. Is this? Oh, oops. That wasn't the right one. I almost stuck it in the wrong spot. Silly me. And just push it in here. This doesn't seem right. Hang on. The working time on this lasts a very long time, so I've got a large margin of error here to make sure it fits right. And pack it down nice and compact and stick it into all the little crevices to make sure there's a lot of surface area. There we go. Okay, so there is the screw post. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's like right here. So it's flush with the visor. When the visor goes in, there's going to be enough space, and I can put in the screw. So there's going to be space right here. So I'm going to put the other one in, and we'll be back once it hardens. Okay, so at this point I've installed the little posts. I've got one here, here, and one in the middle. I'm trying to see if I can squeeze one in the top, but I don't have much room, and it seems to be staying in place if I keep pressure here. So the top one may not be necessary, but we're going to see. In any case, now I'm going to install the visor. And this part is relatively simple. Let me just, okay, there we go. When the visor is inside and lined up, you can see in here the post right through the visor, so all I do is take a Sharpie and mark where it is, the hole. Oops. Okay. Yep. Alright, so the visor is now marked. Give me a second while I very carefully pull it out and don't scratch it. Go. Alright, so got it marked here, here, and apparently right here is a little bit. So I'm going to go drill this. It's actually pretty simple. Let me go get the drill head. I seem to have lost it. Oh, there it is. I prefer my high-speed Dremel head. This thing is nice, it's sharp, penetrates the, what's it called, very easily. Now, I'm going to warn you right now, this thing is very loud and very high-pitched. I suggest you cover your ears when I start drilling into the, well, at least I'll try to tune it, in post, but this is it's very loud. Okay, here we go. And there we go. I got holes in the visor and it's ready to be installed. So I guess Only one way to find out. Okay, I'm going to take the screw and just stick it in right now as a test. Let me just stick it right here. It's not very easy because, as you can tell, the visor still needs to be put under tension and put into its spot. So I'm going to hold it very carefully with one hand and screw it in with the other. Just give me a second here. Oh, this is not easy at all. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and I'm like contorting into weird positions trying to screw this thing in. Alright. Look at it this way. You're not supposed to remove the visor that often. So, just get it in, get it done, and then you'll be happy. Right? Okay. Okay. There it is. Except this was not meant to be screwed in with a finger. I need a screwdriver. Should get the proper tools for the job. Alright. I'm having a lot of trouble getting this thing in by hand. I'm going to get a screwdriver, so I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Screwdriver. Let's try this again. Take two. Here we go. This is not the easiest thing in the world. Okay, here we go. Just need to line up the screws. There we go. Stick it right here so let's see what we're doing. Okay, maybe doing this for your benefit is not for my benefit. Oh god. Alright. I'm gonna have to put it in my lap as before. Oh, this is really not easy. Okay, let's try this one more time. Once more. Oh, for the love of God. Alright. Well, once it's in, it's in. You don't really have to remove it, right? So. Okay, there it is. I'm just going to hold it down, press the screw, and I swear these screws were compatible when I tested them at the store. Oh, there we go. Now it's going in. Ugh. Guess what? The screwdriver's too big. It does not fit in the cavity of the helmet. Alright, hang on. This is really dumb. Okay. This is just a test fit anyhow. Make sure everything is fine. There we go. Because I usually put rubber washers under the screws too to help give it so I don't scratch the visor too much, but I don't think it's necessary. I just kind of do it out of habit. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, almost in. Almost in. Alright. Almost. Okay. Like I said, I am just doing this right now as a test fitting to make sure I've done everything not horribly wrong, which, you know, seems to be going decently right now. A little more. Use these flatter screws now. Ah, there we go. Oh, nope. Ah, there we go. Now It's in. Can I? Nope. Alright, I'm going to use my hand basically. That's a terrible screw. Ah, there we go. Locked in place. Alright. Yep. I think I need one more screw in the top, so I'm going to work on putting that one in a moment, but right now, yep. This is my air assault helmet. Oh. It's bouncing around a little. This came in today. I usually use pillow foam, but I wanted something fancier. This is like a helmet liner, so I'm just going to stick it in there. Go. Needs to be, I guess, glued into place or whatever, or something, or screwed into place, but or velcroed into place. But once it's in place, it'll be good. Let me just get it in place. And yeah, it's totally not in place. All right, there you go. Whew. There you go. Air assault helmet visor is now mostly in place. There's a little work to do. I can see I have to, I think, put a screw in here or something to get the top aligned properly, but aside from that, I'd say this is in a pretty good spot now. So, there you go.